You gotta keep the faith. You gotta keep the faith. I was watching a movie. You ever watch a movie late at night, think the movie gonna get better, it don't get no better, you keep watching it anyway?
This stand-up bit from comedian Roy Wood Jr. is a microcosm of everything wrong with our political system, propping up candidates who literally couldn't care less about serving their constituents, are completely unqualified to hold power over people's lives, and are only running for office to protect their and their donors' class interests.
I was watching this movie, Fright Night, Freak Night, some sort of movie, but it was a bunch of vampires in the movie. Didn't notice, but vampires are pretty cool people, aren't they? We all agree on that. I was watching that movie, Fright Night, about the vampires. I didn't know this. Did you know that a werewolf could kill a vampire? I didn't know that. I found that out. I was like, I want to be a werewolf. I don't want to be a vampire no more. And those are the exact words verbatim from Herschel Walker and a campaign event this week.
Shout out to Roy Wood Jr. for highlighting how fundamentally unserious and uninterested Republicans are in improving the material conditions of their voters. Anyone with a functioning brain could see Herschel would say and do anything he was told to, and had no real interest in governing other than repeating talking points. In a properly functioning society, Herschel Walker would be laughed out of politics on day one, but because the base responds to the garbage the Republican Party spews, we're stuck having to take these goofs seriously.
What makes Herschel a special candidate?
Well, I think his sincerity.
Herschel has said he's against abortion. And then the Daily Beast story came out that he had given $700 to a woman to have an abortion. Do you think that is a very sincere thing to do?
I don't know if that's true or not.
But you don't think it's a little hypocritical for him to say, no one else can have an abortion, but I will have an abortion because it's an inconvenience to me? Well, if that's true.
I don't know if that's true, so I can't answer that.
But if it was true?
Well, if it was true, then I might be able to answer it.
This is what the conservative mindset looks like in action. Herschel Walker was totally on board with being pro-choice in his private life, but as soon as he entered public policy, he was totally against reproductive freedom. And to make things even clearer, his defender here refused to even engage with Jason Selvig's question because, consciously or not, he knows there's no way to weasel out of it.
You feel he's a good candidate?
Awesome.
Okay.
He tells the truth.
So Herschel Walker tells the truth. That's what you like about him.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So the thing that's been in the news a lot right now is that he, lied about having an abortion. He paid a woman to have an abortion, and then he said that he was pro-life and didn't believe in it. Do you feel that there's a problem with that?
We all make mistakes. The only person I've ever known that was perfect was Jesus.
You think abortion is murder?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, because...
So do you think that Herschel Walker is a murderer if he paid for an abortion?
Well, like I said, we've all done bad things. I mean,
murder is that's one of the worst you could do. If Herschel Walker paid for an abortion and you think abortion is murder, does that not make him a murderer?
It's according to what you want to call murder. I mean, if you see somebody breaking in your house and you kill them, is that murder? If you accidentally run over somebody,
is abortion murder?
Well, if you do that, a premeditated taking of life, I think that is murder. Premeditated taking of innocent life is murder.
So that, by your definition, if the allegations are true, he was a murderer, but that's okay with you because he repented.
Well, what is sin is sin. I mean, some sins are more long-lasting.
Selvig's face says it all. Belief will always trump logic, and instead of just admitting as much, MAGA will twist themselves in knots and bend over backwards to find any way to justify their double standards and hypocrisy in their own minds.
At one time, science said man came from apes. Did it not? That's when you go to the science.
Every time I read or hear that, I think to myself, you just didn't read the same Bible I did.
Well, this was interesting, though. If that is true, why are there still apes? Think about it.
Now you're getting too smart for us.
No.
We were hopeful that Walker's loss to Senator Raphael Warnock would keep him out of politics for good, so we don't have to do with this nonsense anymore. But unfortunately, Donald Trump called on his services once again.
and it is time for it to stop. And it stopped on Tuesday when we get to the polls and we vote for my friend and your friend, Donald Trump Jr. Donald J. Trump.
Nailed it.
And about 40 years ago, I met a young man that was just the way I grew up. He loved his family, and he loved this great country. And we hit it off. That young man was Donald J. Trump. Today, we both are a little bit older, but we both still have good hair.
Remember when watching this speech that we were only around 100,000 votes away from this man holding one of the most powerful political positions in the country, especially in the lead up to a presidential election in one of the most crucial swing states that very well could decide the entire race.
And I can tell you 40 years ago, President Trump hasn't changed. He still loves his family, loves his country, and we're still friends.
He's still the same privileged, racist, misogynistic, narcissistic, predatory con man that he was 40 years ago, just so we're clear.
And it really disgusts me when I did hear them insult him with all these names. One of them, they call him a racist. Oh, yes, well, no. Wait. And if y'all haven't noticed, I'm black. But I've had some people on the left that said that I wasn't black.
No, Herschel, no one, quote, on the left was saying you aren't black. They're criticizing your blind support for a man with over 50 years of documented hostility toward any and every community that is not white, from housing discrimination lawsuits, calling for the death penalty for the exonerated Central Park Five, to campaigning on mass deportation programs for immigrants and migrants. Trump's life story is one of benefiting from white supremacy and racism. And no amount of black friends will change how the policies he advocates for undermine the existence of racial minority communities and their potential for success.
And with this hateful rhetoric, they've had people to take shots at him, try to kill him. But man can't stop what God got in store for you. They said that we were garbage. Well, they can call us garbage all day long. They can call us anything they want. Because in the great book that I read, it said, no weapon formed against me shall prosper. And if they wanted to fact check me, that is in Isaiah 54:17. And as Michael Jackson said in his song, The Man in the Mirror, that we can make a change, but that change is gonna come if y'all get out and vote.
Citing a Bible verse as if it's fact and daring the media to fact check the verse before dropping a Michael Jackson quote says all you need to know about Herschel Walker and the Republican base of support.